Hello, everyone. Salam, marhaba.
Hello.
So, um, thank you so much for attending our webinar today. And my part is about multilingual approach in the classroom management. So, before we dive into the topic, I would like to ask to share our linguistic background. So, how many languages do you speak? You can drop your answers in the chat box. Wow, 5. Great. Wow, 7. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Okay. So, although although I speak 3 languages, interestingly, I was using the target language um, only for English language instructions in my class. I was trained actually to do so, and it was part of my educational policy and culture in my country. So, over the time, I discovered the power of using the student's home language um, in understanding the context of the students and for more engagement. So, to explore how we can leverage multilingualism in our classroom, let's look at multilingual approach in the classroom management. So, what is multilingual approach in the classroom management? A multilingual approach in classroom management refers to the intentional use of students' multiple languages as a resource for teaching, learning, and maintaining an inclusive classroom environment. It involves recognizing and valuing linguistic diversity using students' native languages alongside the target language to support comprehension, participation, and classroom harmony. So, the core value of this approach is to use the students' home languages and to have an inclusive classroom environment. So, what do you think are the advantages of this approach? Please add yes. Thank you so much. Okay, good. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes, belonging and yes. Thank you so much. Right. Valuing learners' background, improve understanding. Thank you so much. Next slide, please. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for, yeah. So the significance of multilingual approach, it fosters appreciation and cultural awareness. It increases academic value. It increases creativity and encourages collaboration of local languages. It reduces misunderstanding and enhances communication. Next slide, please. Thank you so much. Um, Multilingual, these are some multilingual practices from my own experience, and I'm passing this to you. And there are 4. I selected these 4 areas. The first one is role playing scenarios, where the students can use their home languages and the target language, which we call code switching. For example, in a situation like at the airport or at the supermarket, they use some words in their own languages, or sometimes they use phrases. A second one is thematic or project based learning, where students do research in their native languages and present in English. For example, these days we are celebrating Ramadan. They can, at a cultural event, for example, we're celebrating Ramadan. They can talk in groups, or they can do research about Ramadan, and then they can present this in their classes. A third one is contrastive awareness practices, and that by making systematic comparison between languages in different aspects, for example, phonology, grammar, and vocabulary. They can highlight similarities and differences. For example, the verb tense in a first language and the second language, or the word order in a sentence in first language and the second language. The fourth one is pre-writing tasks. Um, the students can use their home languages in brainstorming ideas, journaling, free writing, and drafting. They can also do it in groups as pre-writing tasks, and they can share their ideas in their target languages, and then they use in their home languages, sorry, and then they use the target language to submit their drafts. Next slide, please. So why code switching? So I selected this code switching, and it is based on my experience, and because of two things this code has. The first one is um, the code switching practices is not only in the in the bilingual classes, but also in the multilingual classes are very effective. For me, because I started talking about my training when I was a teacher. This point is very important because earlier studies categorized this kind of practices of code switching as interference or error. More recent perspectives, they see this as a value, not as obstacle. So code switching, from my point of view, this will meet our needs in the students' needs in the multilingual classes. Next slide, please. So moving on into the challenges in multilingual classrooms, Gracia and Lynn um, refers to the challenges as the lack of a defined multilingual policy means that school and teachers are unsure how to use or support numerous community languages in their classes. This could be attributed to the school policy and the educational policy in the country, and also um, could be attributed to the school and teachers policies in their classes and their practices. So this could be one. As a second challenge could be overly reliance on L1 that limits L2 input. Teachers should set clear goal, a task goal requiring progressive L2 production. And a third challenge could be students may struggle to understand and use the target language. They may frequently switch code between their home languages and the languages of or the language of instructions. So, what other challenges could you add? Please add in the chat. Okay. Okay. Right. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, poor communication and create difference. In conclusion, next slide, please. So before we go to Agnes, I would like to conclude by multilingualism, if applied effectively, it enriches learning experiences and offer a great opportunity on inclusive classroom environment where every student will feel appreciated and no one will be left behind. Thank you so much. The next part is about gender responsive pedagogy. Agnes is over to you.